Hello students, in this session I am going to explain features of Python language. Now there are multiple programming languages C, C++, Java and this Python. From that this Python is very easy to understand. You can learn Python very easily, you can write program in Python very easily. Why? Because it is a high level language and English like syntax is there. Okay, now see what are different features of Python. The first thing is Python is simple and easy to learn. Actually, whenever you write code in Python, then you have to write very small code. The concise code is there. Now how, see, suppose you are writing program in C to display hello world, then how you will write that? First you have to include header file like hash include stdio.h. In this way you will include the header file first, and inside main, suppose you are writing let void main, or you can also write int main. Okay, inside that you have to write printf statement like printf /n for going to new line and then hello world. This is the program to display hello world in C language. And suppose you are writing program in Java, again you have to write too much code for doing the same task. And suppose you are writing the same thing in Python, then how you will write that? Just write print and then let whatever you want to print, just write over here inside that print statement. In this way, see, in C you have to write this much of code, and in Python you have to write only a single line of code to display hello world onto the output screen. Now you can compare these two programs again. The same thing is for C++, you have to write this much of code again. For Java you have to write some more code than this, and in Python you have to write only a single line of code. If you are comparing this, then you can say that it is very easy to understand. Again see, here we have used printf. In C++ we have to write cout statement. Again in Java, suppose you are using, then there you have to write system.out.println, that much of lengthy code to display the hello world. But here you have to just write print, and this print is nothing but an English word to display. Okay, means English like words you are using in Python, and that's why we can say that Python is very easy to understand. The program is concise. Concise means the code is very small. Okay, now this is the first feature of Python language, that's simple and easy to learn. Okay, and this is only because Python is very much high level language. Now the second point is it is a versatile language. C is a procedure oriented language. C++ follows both procedure as well as object orientation. Again this Python is a multi-paradigm language. See what is the meaning of this multi-paradigm. Multi-paradigm means it is having functionality of all types of languages, like it supports procedure orientation, then object orientation, scripting language and so on. Okay, means multiple types of applications you can develop with the help of this Python language, and that's why it is called as a versatile. Now the next one is free and open source. See, you can just go onto the internet and you can download the Python. Okay, and you can easily use it. That's why it is called as a free. Okay, and now suppose you want to just write programs in Java, you want to use that Java software, then you have to just pay for that. Okay, but for Python no need to pay anything. It is a freely available on the internet. And next one is open source. Open source means what? Its source code is available. Okay, and you can easily modify that also, and you can create any other version of Python as per your need. Getting? There is JPython, CPython and so on. Okay, and that is because of source code of Python is open. Okay, and that's why it is called as open source. The next one is a high level language. C is a middle level language. You know the machine language or assembly language, those comes under low level language category, and Java, C++ and this Python comes under high level language category. Now what is the difference? See, suppose you are writing code in machine language, then it is very easy to understand that code to machine, and if you are writing code in assembly language, then again it is very easy to understand to the machine. Okay, there is too much less conversion needed for execution of that type of code, and that is called as a low language code. Now high level language means it is easy to write to programmer. Suppose you are writing program in Python, then it is very easy to write code in Python to the programmer. But It is very hard to understand to the system. Okay, means suppose this one is our computer system, this one is a human means a programmer. Okay, suppose if you are writing code in any language, if it is easy to understand to computer or computer system, then that is low language code. And here if it is easy to write code to the programmer, then that comes under high level language category. Okay, and if it is in between that, then that will become a middle level language category. Now see, if you are writing code in machine language, then it is very easy to understand to the system. Okay, but it is very hard to write code in machine level language. Okay, but suppose you are writing code and that is very easy to write to the programmer, but there is too much conversion needed to understand it to the system, because system knows only binary language. Suppose you are writing code in this format like print hello world, then it should be converted to that binary form and then it will be executed by the machine. Okay, you can create high level application programs with the help of this Python. That's why it is called as a high level language again. Now the next one is portable. See, Python is platform independent language. Platform independent means you can write code on any platform, you can run it on any other platform. That is the concept of platform independent. Means what? Suppose you are writing program in Python on Windows machine, and if you want to execute it on Linux machine, then it is allowed, and that is known as platform independent nature. Okay, and platform means what? It is a hardware platform you can consider, or software platform. Software platform means operating system. Okay, means if any machine is having one operating system, there you have written Python code and you want to execute it on any other machine having other operating system, then that is possible with the in case of Python. That's why Python is a platform independent language. Python code is platform independent, and because of platform independent nature, it is again portable. Okay, now the next point is Python is a object oriented language. Actually Python is a multi-paradigm language, not only object oriented. Multi-paradigm means what? It supports both procedure as well as object orientation. You know C language, it is the example of procedure oriented language. Now what is this paradigm exactly? Paradigm means strategy or approach you are using while doing programming. Okay, suppose you are just focusing on procedure, what is the task, how to do that task while development of program, then that will become a procedure orientation. And if you are considering like what is the object in that application, what is the object in that system, and what is the functionality around that object, if you are thinking like that, then that is a object oriented approach. Normally we are using that class, object, inheritance, those concepts in object orientation, those all supported by Python language. Okay, and again without using class also you can write program in Python just using the procedure oriented approach. Actually in procedure oriented approach you have to divide the program with the help of functions. We can use functions concept in Python, we can divide program in multiple functions, means modularity is also there. Okay, and one function can call any other function. That is a procedure oriented approach that is present in Python. Again we can create a program with the help of class concept also, and again it is having multiple features like inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism and so on. Those are all supported by Python. That's why Python is called as a object oriented language. Actually it is a multi-paradigm language, remember. Means it supports both procedure as well as object orientation. Now the next point is Python is a interpreted language. See, what is that meaning of interpreted? Actually whenever you write any code, that is a source code, that should be converted to machine language code for execution, and for that task language translators are used. There is a compiler, again assembler and a interpreter. Those are working as a language translators. Suppose you are writing program in Python, then that will become a source code and should be converted to machine language code, and that task is done by Python interpreter, and that's why Python is called as an interpreted language. Now the next point is a modular programming. We have already discussed that Python supports procedure orientation, means you can divide a Python program, a big program, into different sub programs, like you can create their functions, and that function is nothing but a module. and any function can call any other function. That approach you can use in Python. Big task you can divide into subtasks, and for those subtasks you can write different functions, means modules. Getting? And that's why Python is called as a modular programming language. And the last point is automatic garbage collection. You know, in C, in C++, we are doing that dynamic memory allocation and deallocation. Means that memory management is a total responsibility of the programmer. But in case of Python, or again in case of Java, there is a automatic garbage collection. Means memory management is the task of that interpreter. Okay, means in Python we are creating different objects. Means everything in Python is in the form of object. Suppose you are creating any integer variable, then that will become an object of type class int. Okay, suppose you are creating like integer. In case of Python you have to write like this: int a equals to 5 in this way. Okay, then a is a reference and it is pointing to the object 5. In this way the internal structure is there. And if any object is not having any reference associated with it, means it is now eligible for garbage collection. Okay, means suppose you have modified the value of a, like a equals to 7. Now a is pointing to 7. In this way the structure, internal structure, and a is pointing to 7, not pointing or referring to 5. Now this is having 0 reference currently, and that's why it is eligible for garbage collection. And such a type of internal structure is there, and whatever garbage collection functionality, that is automatic in case of Python. That's why it is called as a automatic garbage collection. Okay, now memory management is the responsibility of Python itself. That is not the responsibility of programmer. These are some features of Python language. Like first one is it is simple and easy to learn because it is very much high level language. English like syntax is there, code is very much concise. Versatile means you can develop any type of application with the help of Python. Free means on internet it is freely available, you can download it and you can use it. Open source means source code is also available, you can change it, modify it as per your need. And next one is high level language because it is a very easy to write code in Python language. Application programs, high level application programs you can develop with the help of Python. It is platform independent, means you can write code on any platform, any operating system, and you can run it on any other platform very easily. That's why it is platform independent, and you can just shift program from one machine to any other machine, means having different platforms very easily. That's why it is a portable language. Object oriented, actually it is multi paradigm language. It supports both procedure as well as object orientation. Okay, means you can divide program into different functions. That procedure oriented approach is here. Again, you can just write program with the help of that class concept, object concept, and so on. That's why it follows object orientation. Whatever object oriented features like class, object, inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, all are supported by Python. That's why it is an object oriented language. Interpreter is used as a language translator. That's why it is interpreted. Modular programming, of course you can divide program into different modules or functions. That's why it is modular programming language. And there is a automatic garbage collection in Python. Getting? These are all are features of Python language. In the next session we will see different tokens, means like identifiers, variables, those concepts in Python. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.